Well, guys, today I want us to look at, Coach Rulani Mokwena, in which obviously there's a question that was asked in terms of his current job, which what is going to happen. And remember, at the beginning or earlier this year, we did speak about, the interest that Kaizer Chiefs has in terms of Coach Rulani Mokwena. And then also we look at, the problems that I feel like right now, as we are not doing much, we are not playing a lot of games, we should be fixing on the training grounds or on the field. Must be this trainer up in the national, because at the end of the day, Makabi Lilepo and Flavio Silva, if we take away those two, we remain with a huge problem, and that is something that we're going to be looking at on today's video. But anyways, before I get there, please do make sure that you like, subscribe, and also don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time I post a new video, you will be notified and be able to watch that video. Now, starting off with the coach Rulani Mokwena, guys, he was asked to and he got eliminated from the CAF Champions League. What is the plan now? What is he going to do? And this is what coach replied as in terms of his future, actually, not what he was going to do, but in terms of his future with the club.
I don't know. That's up to the club. I'm focused on what's left of the remaining of the season. That's a question that's not within my control. No.
Now, do you guys remember when we talked about, Coach Rulani Mokwena, with Kaizer Chiefs showing interest? I even did a video about it. And then no, there's interest from Kaizer Chiefs about Rulani Mokwena. In terms of contacting, I did not get the confirmation, but the rumors were, remember, people were saying, definitely Kaizer Chiefs have asked, in terms of the services of Coach Rulani Mokwena for this 2026 to 2027 season. And then the only thing that Rulani said was, for me, I need safety and security to what happened to Coach Nabi won't happen to me, same as me, like the past mistakes won't be repeated again. So with that, I did say there's no confirmation of that, but there is confirmation that Kaizer Chiefs are interested in signing Coach Rulani Mokwena, and with him being signed by MC Alger, the reason why they wanted him, most importantly, was for him to win the CAF Champions League. Now that he's out, we don't know what the future holds. As he said, it's in the fate of the club whether they decide to continue with him or they're going to fire him. We do not know. But one thing I can tell you guys is that MC Alger desperately want this CAF Champions League. The last time they won it was in 1976, which is the longest time ever. And it's not like a team that has been struggling with the league. They've been, the Algerian champions 2 seasons, I believe, in a row currently. So yeah, it's not something that they are struggling with. The only thing that they want for them is the Champions League. And again, they've won the Super Cup, which recently is the one that Coach Rulani Mokwena won with them. So yeah, other than that, they just most importantly want the CAF Champions League. So we will see as time goes on. Are they still going to remain with him, or by him and then he becomes a free agent? And that's where Kaizer most of the time comes in. But also it will depend on him whether he would want to come back to South Africa and coach Kaizer Chiefs. It will depend. But he did say he's been a Pirates fan from childhood. So it's something else. So it's something else, guys. But anyways, moving on, as I've said, we're also going to be looking at Makabi Lilepo and Flavio Silva. Now, with those two players, guys, if we were to take them away from the current Kaizer squad, we would be left with Duduzi Shabalala, Gaston Sereno, and Mfundo Vilagazi, with the likes of Abapule Modi and all of that. So the current top goal scorers that we currently have is Lilepo and Flavio Silva, with Silva having more goals, obviously, because he scored more on the league, and then Lilepo scored more on the CAF Confederation, which I believe he scored 6 goals. I think 4 goals, 2 Wagu League, and then the 4 is from that side. And then same as Silva scored 4 on the league, and then I think 2 on the CAF Champions League or the other competitions. I'm not too sure about that, but on the other competitions, because I feel like he scored on the Nedbank Cup, he scored on the Nedbank Cup. We got eliminated before we could get far, but there's those competitions that we played where he managed to score. So there's 1 goals in terms of that. But let me just confirm so that ngazuthi into engikhuluma ngayo khona. So he has 4 goals on the Betway Premiership, 1 on CAF Confederation, and 1 on Nedbank Cup. So yeah, definitely he did exactly what I'm saying. So 1 CAF, 1 Nedbank Cup, and then 4 Betway Premiership, which equals to 6 in 18 games played. With Lilepo, it's what I said exactly. So now the question is, what happens if we take away those 2 players? Are we still going to be able to score goals? Because currently it does look like the Kaizer Chiefs that we're currently running is dependent on, number 1, luck. Well, obviously, luck, guys, it's something that we do need, but Tina, we are highly dependent on luck, number 1. Number 2, we are dependent on Lilepo. When Lilepo scores, we know we're going to be able to win, but without him, it becomes a problem. Or Silva, for that matter of fact. You understand? So those 2 players play a huge role for us in terms of helping us win games. But with the previous players that we used to have, you know, you like Sofabom Duduzi Shabalala, you Gaston Sereno, all those players that came before, they are not much of help in terms of scoring goals, which is a problem for us to be able to fix. I remember there was a video earlier on, you know, last year, I believe, when we were not having good games. I would say, you know what, guys, I feel like Kaizer Chiefs should be signing players who can score, not just any player who's going to be there and play. I even said I need players even from the back line to be able to score. You know, if you have a team that can score, was with, okay, I have my wingers can score, not just one winger, but you're dependent on both of them. Was with, even if the other one is not having a good game, definitely someone else is going to pick up, and then we continue the form. That is building a strong team, rather than saying, okay, it's one player who is able to help us in terms of those situations. So if you have, you know, your 2 wingers, front wingers, was with, they can score. You have your center forward who can score. You have an attacking midfielder who can score. You have your box-to-box or central midfielder who can score. You look at your DM yako nayo shouldn't be that strong, but if he can be able to score, you know what I like about Rulani Mokwena? I feel like he's going to be the defender that is going to able to make more chances for himself and also make sure that he scores, even though currently we've dropped him. For what reason? I honestly don't know. And then also you look at your because the system that we're playing a 4-3-3 mostly, or most of the time. And then you look at your wing backs. I can say wing backs, you know, the left back and the right back, if they can also score, that leaves your center back pairing and the goalkeeper not being able to score. But also if they can be able to score, Maheda and the goalkeeper now can score with whatever, you know, tactic that he can use to be able to do that, then definitely you will have a working system in terms of, you know, the depth or the quality of the players that you currently have. So with us, it's not there because we are currently reliant on 2 players. What happens if Ulona Silva is out due to a suspension, or maybe he's injured? And then what happens if Lilepo is not there, or maybe Lilepo is not performing, he's not having a great game? Who are we going to look at to say, okay, this player is going to perform for us, and then we know we are going to get goals? Currently, this is one of the biggest problems that we have, and I feel like it's something that we need to fix. You know, yes, I can say I'm going to blame the coaches, I'm going to blame the players, but also at the end of the day, there are other people that we tend to look away from and say, it's not their fault. But let's be honest, guys, management needs to take a huge responsibility in that department. Some might say, but the coach is supposed to be the one that helps the players to be able to do something like that, QP. Well, that is true, but to an extent. There's certain things that a coach cannot help with. You understand? One thing I love about Rulani Mokwena is that he's constantly working on himself. He's always there, pushing, trying as hard as he can to be able to, improve in terms of him and the qualities that he brings to Kaizer. It's only a matter of time, Umfana, until he start bringing goals. And I believe he will be a DM that scores goals. Players like Abu Soboslai from Liverpool, I understand he's an attacking midfielder, but he's a great one at that because he has a lot of assists. He does provide goals if needed, and also he can play as a DM and also a CM. So he's all-rounder. Perfect example for me to show you guys, okay, this is what we need, or this is what we are expecting from a player who plays deep. You understand? So with us, that is not the case, and we feel like our players, mabafika phambili, if you are not a striker, you do not score. That is a problem. That is a problem that I've noticed with the squad. That is a problem that I've noticed with Kaizer Chiefs currently. Man, it's only those selected players who get to do and take chances. So far, the player that I've seen trying to take chances is Ndlovu, Umaboya. But other players like Abo Marco, your defenders most of the time, mabafike palini, all they know is mangfike palini, I square. That's it. It's either cut back, you square, or I just try to delay as much as possible so that ama attacker two can come in. With the game that we've recently lost, Zamalek, there was an opportunity. Obviously, Lukanya Samayo is a versatile player. He's not just a striker, he's a center forward. He's a player who can be able to take the ball, hold on to it, and then you guys give him or create spaces for him to be able to give you the ball. But that did not happen. Reason being is because our players themselves, they have this mentality. You got to know, Tina, as long as we are not the strikers, we are not the center forwards, we are not the wingers, we are not going to do that. We're just going to sit back and make sure the players are covered. And then Ipolala corner, even though they were there sitting, covering Polala corner, we lost it very, very simply and cheaply. And I don't know if what we could have said today, but it's something that I've noticed, and it's not just that game of Zamalek. It's a big worry for me because I've seen it with other games as well. So I'm hoping and pleading with you guys, please, La Pena Shorena, please, guys, make sure that you fix this problem, because at the end of the day, it is something that I feel like it's small for other people. People do not notice it as much, but it plays a huge role. It's a big contributing factor to us not being able to score goals. So yeah, I don't know, but those are my thoughts and opinions in terms of that. If you feel like QP you can let me know down in the comment section below what are your thoughts in terms of this. Well, I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, and also don't forget to follow my second channel, guys. Peace.